welcome everybody to the World Artistic Gymnastics Championships from Nanning in China, our third night of competition at the Guangxi Sports Center. We've seen two fantastic team competitions, China taking the men's team title and USA the women's team title. Tonight it's the turn of the individuals. Top 24 gymnasts from the qualification will fight it out for the all-around title. This really is the blue ribbon title of the world of gymnastics. And with me is Craig Heath. Craig, what do you reckon tonight?
Well, yet again, I think we could see history. King, Kohai, Uchimura going for his fifth successive world individual title. He won in 09, then in 10, then 11, became Olympic champion in 2012, then again in 13. He has totally dominated the sport for such a long time, so he's a clear favourite in my mind. It will be a real battle for the silver and bronze.
Yes, I think so. It's interesting. We very first saw Uchimura as part of the Japanese team in Beijing. He was very young, made a couple of mistakes and still came in the top three. And everybody then was saying, wow, this night's going to be something special. Well, they weren't wrong. He has been absolutely fantastic. In my mind, the most dominant gymnast that we've seen really on the world stage. Interestingly, he hasn't got the highest difficulty. Other gymnasts have got more difficulty, but his execution, his lines are so beautiful, he makes it look so effortless. That's what sets him apart, really, Craig, isn't it?
It is indeed, and I guess when you look at the difficulty between the Japanese and the Chinese, that seemed to be the turning point within the team final. They are very stylish Japanese gymnasts, have been for many, many years, but it's just that difficulty. And with any gymnastic competition, it's a fine balance between doing the difficult stuff and performing it well. What's really exciting about the all-around is you can get away with a little mistake and still claw back as the competition progresses because you've 6 apparatus. Unlike the team event, you carry a mistake and that could be anything. So it will be really interesting to see the top 3 tonight and the challengers from the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's quite open in my mind after Uchimura. I mean, as we see when you've done the statistics of the difficulty, he could be beaten. There's a couple of gymnasts with higher levels of difficulty who if they work as precisely as he does, could beat him. But I think we have to say it would be a major upset if that happened. But there's several gymnasts with very high levels of difficulty and who are going to fight out with Uchimura the medals. I mean, his teammate Yusi Tanaka, also very experienced and very stylish gymnasts. Here we see the top gymnasts work all together. You can see the top 8 there qualifiers. Max Whitlock in there from Great Britain amongst them, and then the second 8. So if they're divided into 2 8s, 3 8s, and 4 8s, I should say. Sorry about that. So we start with, they're in 4 groups. The men, of course, work 6 apparatus, but we just start with the first 4.
Yes, 4 groups of 6, starting on the floor, the pommels, the rings and the vault. Uchimura starts his campaign on the floor. On pommels we have both British interests, Max Whitlock and Daniel Purvis.
This championship has been organised with great precision. 4 groups of gymnasts, they'll work 6 pieces of apparatus, and we'll start with the first 4 groups, first 4 pieces, and then move on to the next 2.
something that will be interesting to see. Some of the gymnasts in the top 24 will not have competed in the team final, so they'll be a little bit fresher. Obviously from Ukraine, Oleg Burniev, second highest start value, 39.1, qualified down the field, but we know he's got the potential. Top on the start value is Deng Shude from China with a massive 39.8. Interesting to know, Kohei Uchimura's start value is 38.7, so 1.1 adrift. So that just gives you some indication of how well Uchimura executes his routines.
That's right. Each element that the gymnasts perform is given a value. On the men's side, the top 10 elements are added together, and that gives them a difficulty level on each apparatus. And what we've done is we've added all those D-scores, the 6 D-scores together to get the total that Craig just spoke about there. We're getting each of the gymnasts interviewed. David Beliatsky, he actually qualified second from Russia and is a very stylish gymnast. But there's the man, Kohei Uchimura, defending world champion. And Yusuke Tanaka, his teammate. Second group start on the pommels. Belarus, another country not in the team final, so gymnast who's had several days rest. Max Whitlock from Great Britain, British team worked fantastically to take the 4th spot. And Daniel Purvis as well from Great Britain. And had a really good qualifying competition. Senkov, second of the Russians. And Oleg Vanayev, the gymnast that Craig was speaking about with such a high difficulty level. And Babian Hanbushan, vastly experienced gymnast. We've seen him in 3 Olympic Games. Second German gymnast. Only 2 gymnasts per country allowed to actually take part in the top 24 competition. Several countries, including Great Britain, had more than 2 qualify, but only the top 2 are actually allowed to take part. That's where you have a spread of gymnasts. So Samuel Mikulak from USA. USA took the bronze medal, and I think this guy, if he has good competition, could surprise a few. Cyril Thomason, quite a expert on the pommel horse.
Group 4, starting on vault, Lee Hokyong. From Romania, Christian Betega. Not as dominant as he used to be, the Romanian gymnast.
From Colombia,
Moreno from Colombia.
From Brazil, Arthur Oyatama.
Brazil have vastly improved in this championships, qualifying for the team final.
From Turkey,
And nice to see Turkey represented these championships.
From Italy, Ludovico Italy.
Italy there, Ludovico Idali. There are top 24 gymnasts, 3-minute warm-up.
Top group, 2 Chinese, 2 Japanese, 1 Russian, 1 American. They're the top qualifiers, and it would be expected that the winners will come from that group, but really these gymnasts are all very strong, and it could easily be that a gymnast from further down the field makes the difference. Max Whitlock and Daniel Purvis start on the pommel horse. Good to get it out of the way. It's one of the apparatus with the least margins for error. Next group here start on the rings. This is the power piece, of course. Gymnasts won't want to do too much warm-up of strength elements. And then the dynamic vault. We've seen some superb vault in this championships already. So dynamic. Uchimura, defending world champion, he has won every all-around competition since after Beijing, the first year after Beijing, 2009, and he hasn't lost since then. So totally dominant over these last few years. Deng Shudi qualified very confidently and has got lots of difficulty.
You did. It won't be a walk in the park for Uchimura, that's for sure. David Believsky, all-around European champion. Didn't perform too well in the team event yesterday, but we do know he can compete well. Just warming up on pommels there. As I said, two British interests starting on pommels. Daniel Purvis. Max Whitlock. Our best result ever in an individual was Daniel Keating's, came second in the all-round in 2009. And actually on pommels, Dan Purvis was fourth in 2:11.
Minutes before the gymnasts start, they have to quell the nerves, focus on what they're going to be doing. And first gymnast onto the floor exercise. Knowledgeable and enthusiastic crowd here in Nanning. Gymnasts have to wait for the green light to go on to signal the judges are ready. And then once that green light goes on, they actually have 30 seconds in which to start their exercise. And it's not totally unknown, but they take too long for the judges to say
It has been known for a gymnast to perform before they've got the green light and scored a zero.
Absolutely, yes. It's very much part of the discipline of being a gymnast, but the judges are ready. Cheng Ran, first gymnast to start this men's all-around final.
Usual starting position. Nice 2.5 into the corner. Sets up into the 3.5 full. Combinations are where the gymnast can build a difficulty in the start score. 2.5, half out. It's the 1 and 3 roll out. Gymnasts are only allowed to perform one roll out element. 2.5, 1.5, solid landing. The Russian Wendy swing. One of the requirements on the floor, the gymnast must perform non-acrobatic skills. Must hold the handstand. Sets up. Triple twist. Great start.
Beautiful opening. Really shows the class of the gymnast here. Floor, of course, a good piece to start now. Andrei Litkovitsky from Belarus has a big task ahead of him, the pommel horse.
Starts straight into the single leg work and then picks up into the double leg circle. Onto the one handle. Building the difficulty. That's nice. Nice straight line. Full spindle. Travelling and twisting down the horse. Judges looking for great extension. That's the woo travel, very, very difficult. Into the Magyar. Chivado. Some gymnasts use that combination. Serves on hands. Into the handstand. Pirouette dismount.
Well, a good start on pommel horse. It's the one piece the margins for error are so fine. It's very easy to make a mistake. It's great when you start on it and it all goes well. This was good pommel horse work. Lovely extension through the hips. Good body line. Well controlled routine. So, Changran 15.3. Impressive start, that score. But it was an impressive routine.
It was indeed. 6-7 start value. Now we're going to look at the USA. Danielle Wittenberg on the floor.
Wittenberg, an immensely powerful gymnast. Oh, 1.5 twist. Punch double front, and it looked so easy. Super double straight somersault with 2 twists. Huge energy. But linked to the huge energy, he has to show good balance, which he's doing there. Good body line and style. And another straight front, double front. His ability to rotate forwards is tremendous. There we go, we see it again. Little hops on landing. The gymnasts are allowed to do a roll out. That means they roll, run, land on their feet, just one per exercise. Now he needs a big, strong tumble. I'm sure it'll be no problem. Oh, half in, half out in the straight position. Very, very nice work indeed. And there's Andrei Litkovitsky, 15.33 with pommel horse routine. That's a very impressive opening. First look at the British challenge. This is Max Whitlock.
Superb on this piece of apparatus. Single leg work straight up into the handstand. It's a very difficult combination on the one pommel handle, and that's it. Much better than in qualification. Big skill coming up now. One handle. Up into the handstand, pirouette, back down into circle. That is the G difficulty, the Buznare. Going well, full spindle. Must keep this concentration and rhythm going. Travels down the horse and backwards. Into the woo travel. Good, clean work. Up into the handstand, full pirouette dismount.
Fantastic performance from Max Whitlock. That's what we've been waiting for this championships. Seemed to have been really settled. You can see the smile, the relief on his face there with his coach Scott Ham.
And the score coming in for Donnell Wittenberg, 15.1 on the floor.
So both gymnasts on floor in the 15s already.
Next on floor from China, Deng Shudi.
Stylish. Look at that super rear hard twist. Immediate punch. These gymnasts are twisting so effectively on this floor. Combinations, full twist in front, 2.5 twist. Oh, as clean as you like. Of course, when we say the E-score was very high, the execution, the judges sit with their pens poised, waiting to take marks away from 10. If they're untidy, take unnecessary steps. Well, this has been very tidy. Legs locked together. Have a see. Full twisting double back. Very nice. They won't have had very much to mark on their papers, the judges watching this routine. So we have difficulty, and it's added to execution. Needs a big final tumble. Here it comes, triple twist, little hop to the side. But that was great tempo in that routine.
It was indeed. China doing very well so far on floor. Very, very precise tumbling there. Strong push. Count the twists. 3.5. Tuck front twist, front somersault. Really favours the twisting elements on the floor. Superb in the air. Open out. Plenty of time. Spot the floor. Land with ease.
And Max Whitlock scores a 16, highest score of the competition so far. That is a fantastic start for him. Sergio Sasaski from Brazil. Brazil did really impressively in the team final.
Did indeed. One starting qualification up to the Maltese. Needs to be flat, level with the rings. This is where the judges really do hammer the gymnasts if they're not in perfect position, and that is Maltese. A little high in the shoulders. Must combine some swinging elements in the ring routine. Nice balance. That's the Yonasun, Yamawaki, back up rise to the straddle top planche. Swing into handstand, must block those arms. Winds up for the dismount. Double twisting, double bite.
Very clean, very nice. The dismounts are impressing me greatly. So, Deng Shudi, 15.3.
So, on the floor from Russia, qualified in second place, David Believsky.
Very stylish and efficient gymnast. It's good to see him harness all his power. Look at that. Fabulous. Double straight with full twist. Big hop forwards. That will be at least 0.3 deduction. That's much better. The double Arabian, the half turn in and double front piked. Good body line. Steadies himself. Wide armed handstand. Shows his total control. out. All these moves, gaining in difficulty, gaining on D-score. Look at the multiple twists and super line. Really holds the shape in the air well. This the final tumble. Big triple twist, just that hop back, but fabulous work.
Yes, a very compact, dynamic gymnast. Works the floor really well. There's the rollout, as you can see. Judges look to see the gymnast opening out and rolling into the floor rather than a bounce off the back, and that was done remarkably well. And he can twist. Beautiful triple twist. Slight hop back. A couple of little errors there on the landings, but a good solid start.
So Sergio Sasaski, 14.8 on the rings.
Swings up to the top planche, good position, stop those arms. Lay out into the Yamawaki. It's a double front somersault between the rings, back up rise to straddle top planche and lowers to crucifix. Gymnasts must show a swing to strength combination. Jonasson up to handstand. Nice work. Backward long swing. Must stick the landing. Double twisting, double back.
Well, he's pretty pleased. He thinks that was a good routine. I think he's right. So Beliaski, 15.133. Nothing much separating those first few gymnasts.
Now, defending world champion onto the floor, Kohei Uchimura.
First somersault just at a level, the second one absolutely rose out the floor. And again, so precise. Double twisting, double back. He is glued to the floor. When he lands, he absolutely goes into a perfect shape and holds the landings just like the textbook. Such a light, beautiful gymnast. Full extension of the feet and ankles all the time. Well, this has been immaculate so far. A little puff of the cheeks there. Has to make sure he focuses properly. Doesn't want to muck things up now. He doesn't. Triple twist. Well, that is absolute textbook floor work.
I would not know where to start to pick the bones out of that routine.
So Sam Mikulak, 14.8 on the rings.
Attaboy, Bobby!
Uchimura, all smiles. Obviously disappointed with the team silver, really wanted to win in the team competition, but by far the cleanest floor routine we have seen of these championships so far. He stuck every single landing, and you were right, Christine, he had glue on his feet or something, because the technical ability within the twists and the combinations was just unbelievable.
He's so totally aware of where he is, isn't he? He's got, you know, you can train and teach people, but this guy has got some special feel for the sport himself.
He has indeed. You can just see as he stands up, wraps into the twist, opens out with plenty of time, head down, spots the floor. Yep, bring on the next rotation.
Easy to judge that, 15.766. Not very much taken away at all. In fact, his execution score 9.166. So they did find 7.8 in deductions, which is amazing. Not quite sure where they came from.
Must have been his hairdo. Anyhow, it's his teammate. Onto the floor next, Yusuke Tanaka.
Another beautiful, stylish gymnast. The Japanese gymnasts are always very stylish. But we've had 2 hops already, and that's the difference. Not big mistakes, but little hops to the side. Lovely extension on that rollout, though. Really saw the legs extend. Very well controlled. Lifts through to handstand. Really floated. This floor is a little bit different to a few years ago. It's got springs underneath. These gymnasts are working it so well. Beautiful from beginning to finish. We're really being treated to fantastic floor work.
And to a fantastic all-around final. Let's hope it keeps up like this. So precise in the twisting. Opens out, arms to the side. Big reach back in the back flip. And that's a triple twist. Not just as precise as Uchimura, and the judges will pick up on that. Little hops here and there. 1/10, 3/10.
So, first rotation done, first of 6. So far, everybody has looked very solid. So, Tanaka, 15.2 for that floor routine. Mariano from Brazil.
5-6 Tariff. Powerful vault approach, blocking. 2.5 twisting Yurchenko. Great vault.
So there we are, a score of 15 for that vault. It was out of 15.6, so he didn't lose very much for execution. And this is Oleg Vernayev. He's the gymnast with a very high difficulty level on all pieces, really, from the Ukraine.
He was 11th in the all-round of the Olympic Games, so used to this format of competition. Lovely single leg work, up into the handstand, showing great control. Picks up into the clean double leg circle. Very difficult to do the Russian Wendy in between the handles. You have to be so precise. Works well on one handle also. Builds the difficulty. This is good. Legs glued together in the woo travel. Down the horse forwards and backwards. Going well, can he keep this up into the dismount? Full pirouette. Great job.
Very nice work. He's a really talented, stylish gymnast who sometimes falls away under pressure. 15.233, but it would be great to see him do really well today. So the overhead shot of the arena, and now on top at the moment after that fabulous pommel routine, Max Whitlock from Great Britain with a 16. Kohai Uchimura in second, Andrei Kovici in third place at the moment, with the two Chinese gymnasts, fourth and fifth, and Vernayev sixth.
Interesting, you need to score 15 to get inside the top 10 so far, so that just tells you the standard of this competition. We've only done one piece of apparatus, 5 to go, it's a long way.
This is the top group that move now to the pommel horse. And the second group to the rings. Max Whitlock starts with Daniel Purvis next. Third group to the vault. Mikulak in there. And then the fourth group, the sort of leading the competition, they go on to parallel bars. It's our first look at parallel bars for this all-around championships.
Just see there in the arena, there's not too many empty seats now, everybody's got settled in. Great for the gymnasts to have a full crowd. Most of them come to see this man. I wonder if it'll be, where were you when Uchimura won his 5th successive title? And I can probably say I was there.
Well, it'll certainly be. You remember that great gymnast Uchimura in years to come, that's for sure. Talked of in hallowed terms.
So it looks like we're going to vault. And first look, the Swiss gymnast, Oliver Hedgie from Switzerland.
Explosive performance, the round off, the backflip on, the 2 twists. It's a very difficult vault, although obviously we're going to see gymnasts in this championships add an extra half, an extra full twist. But that was strong vaulting.
It was indeed. The Swiss team have performed well in these World Championships. Straight down the middle. Attacks the vault. You can see reaches back, blocks off the table, wraps in a very clean, efficient vault.
And just one vault performed in an all-around competition. In the vault final, we'll see gymnasts have to do 2 vaults. So there we go. 14.4 for vault. Ranked 1, the first gymnast to have finished 2 pieces. Petro Pachniuk on the vault.
See Azerbaijan, 5-6 start. Tarif wraps in, 2.5 twist. Not the Yurchenko, the Sugihara vault.
Good performance. He was happy to have completed that confidently. So he makes the turn on, half turn on or quarter turn on, wraps in, 2.5 twists off. Oh, his foot was just over the line. Now it's a 0.3 penalty if they decide his foot was over the line. And I think it maybe was. We'll be able to see on our scoreboard in a bit when the score comes up. spread of countries represented here in the championships. As we've said earlier, it's been the one absolutely open championships. So there, a score of 14.966, a good score. And no, there was not a penalty, so his foot was just on the line, not over. Purvis of Great Britain looks to the rings, led the team qualification.
Nice strong start, circle round to the Maltese, kip to the cross, circle round again to the cross. Not his best piece of apparatus in terms of difficulty, but he works it well nevertheless. There's the Jonathan Yamawaki backward rise to Strel top planche. Must fix the handstand. Backward long swing. High into the double twisting double back. Sticks the landing.
Well done, Dan. That was a strong, compact routine, actually. Hit the important moments, held the important positions, nailed the landing.
I think it's important for the gymnast to try and land the dismount or the final tumble in the routine. It just signifies to the judges of a good performance.
Gained in strength. Well, he's been a very good floor worker, Dan, but really gained in strength on this work. There we go, like you say, Craig made sure of that landing. With his coach, Andrei Popov. To the pommel horse.
14.566 in qualification, so room for improvement. Nice, clear, double leg circles. Builds the difficulty on the one handle, breaking into the single leg work. Now that will be very costly. The gymnast must go straight to handstand like that. That's much better. If strength is used, the value of the skill will not be credited. He's working well now. Travelling down the horse, forwards and backwards. Into the middle, up into the handstand, pirouette dismount. Not the best routine.
Just little errors there. Clattered the pommel horse a couple of times, and that's all deductions from the judges. But finished it off well. Explaining there what went wrong with it, but Dan Purvis, 14 on the rings, ranking him at the moment at 6th, but obviously there's lots more gymnasts still to go. So Nikolai Kusenkov from Russia, powerful gymnast.
Start very strong. Seated crucifix, press up to the Maltese. Nice swinging Jonasson. Rise to Maltese. Bounce back to crucifix. Wacky. Back up rise to straddle top planche. A little high. A little soft in the back. Just fix the handstand. Forward long swing, much better. Unusual double pike front somersault dismount.
Very nice dismount, but a little bit, like you said, Craig, a little bit soft in the handstand phases. Not as crisp as you'd expect him to be. Kosenkov was actually a member of the Ukraine team that came fourth in the London Olympics. Since then, he's moved to Russia. But you can see very soft there. Not great technique as he swung to handstand. But lovely control on the landing. Shudi 13.833, so the judges certainly deducted for the errors. So David Beliavsky to the pommel horse. He's had a long wait up on the podium there for the judges to be ready for him. Only adds to the nerves.
Can work well on this piece of apparatus and needs a good solid performance now. Slight lift of the head into handstand, that's much better work. Unusual turn on the pommel handles. Turning down the pommel horse there, full spindle. Good extension on the circle, that's what the judges are looking for. Stockley's there on one handle, joined together, builds the difficulty as he travels forward into the Magyar, back with the Shavado, up into the handstand, no hesitation there, pirouette dismount.
Well, that was an apparatus that in the team final wasn't happy for Russia. They'll be very pleased to have got that routine out of the way. 14.666, that's a good score on rings for Kosenkov. Oleg Vernaev, quite a slight gymnast for rings, but he's pretty good.
He is indeed, 6.6 start value in qualification with 15.166 scored. So a good piece. We'll see why. Circle round to the Maltese. Back up rise to Maltese. Held well into the crucifix. Nice Yamawaki. Jonassen, double tuck, double pike. Onward to crucifix. Rise to the straddle top planche. Into the handstand. Just fix the handstand. Forward long swing. This is nice work. Can he finish strong? Double twisting, double bike. Oh! And a step back on landing.
Well, I think that was a hands down as well. I'd be surprised if that's not a complete fall. And that is such a shame. But I have to say, the sort of error that we've come to see often from him. He's so classy, works so well, but just often loses that concentration at the end. See the lovely line and muscle development through the shoulders. Super height, just didn't lift out at the right moment. That was one of his big pieces, really. Beliavsky, 15.133. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this young man can piece it all together now. That was his piece. So, Kohai Uchimura on the pommel horse.
Up into handstand. Really nice single leg work. Picks up into the double leg circles. Great execution on the one pommel. Travel down the horse. That's the woo. Half turn again into the Magyar. Shivado. Up into the handstand. Pirouette dismount.
Looked just a little bit like he had to rescue it at the end there. But he did. He snapped those legs together and made the dismount. But fabulous work on the pommel horse. He's totally confident, isn't he? And when it slightly goes wrong, he's able to quickly bring it back in line. Very smooth on all of that. I love his body line when he's working. And he really, we often say gymnasts make it look easy, but he really has got that ability to make it look as if it's a walk in the park.
Sure did. A walk on the pommel.
So 14.333 for Vernier. It would have been a 15 for sure. Waits for the judges.
He's just so consistent. That's what makes him such an outstanding performer. Never erratic, up and down, just steady all the way through the competition.
25 years of age now, and really full of experience. There's often little bits on the internet of crazy big skills he can do. I'm sure he only shows as part of his repertoire in competition. So there we go, 15.133. He doesn't totally happy with that score.
Well, he only scored 15.166 in qualification, so it's pretty close to that.
So Yasuki Tanaka follows his teammate onto the pommel horse.
Use the strength there just to get into handstand. That will be a deduction. That is much better now. Great flexibility in the single leg work. Picks up onto the double leg circle. Stop. Oh, that was a little error, but he managed to keep going. Travelling forward, Magyar into the Shibado. Back onto the one pommel. Circling well. Up into the handstand. Pirouette dismount.
Clean, tidy. Happy with that performance. Can see how difficult it is to just keep working on the handle. It takes tremendous strength. And then lifts very cleanly with the pirouettes for the dismount. So, Ludovici Edali from Italy, the one gymnast from Italy in this championships.
Easy to see. Under somersault to handstand. Slight bending of the arms. 3.1. Nice front somersault from upper arm into handstand. Little late catch on the heely turn. Was a fight.
It was indeed a fight. You can see the look on his face. He had to add a few basic moves in to recover himself, but he kept fighting right through to the end. There we are, you can see he had to readjust as he straddled up to handstand. A little bit bent-armed and a little bit bent-kneed as well. But a reasonably good dismount. Managed to control it well.
Only 21 years of age. Some real learning experience.
Yusuke Tanaka, 13.9. The judges are certainly doing their job on the pommel horse today.
They are. You're not allowed to use strength at all, and he needed it in the first handstand, and it looked to me like he lost a combination. However,
so Cheng Ran, what can he do here?
Single leg work into handstand. Whoop. Lost the form. Gymnast struggling with this difficult start, the handstand. This is much better, splitting of the legs there, working from the one pommel, travel down the horse, split the legs, has to drive the heels, keep the momentum going. That's the Russian Wendy swing. Works hard in the double leg circle to Magyar travel into the Shavado, travelling back, up into the handstand, pirouette dismount.
Well, that is not what we're used to seeing from the Chinese gymnasts on pommel horse. They usually are absolute masters, but this was very ragged indeed. Legs a bit apart, lots of difficulty, and there we are, caught his knees. You do have to say he kept going, which was fantastic, but really was not very classy at all.
It almost seems to be, you watch the Chinese turn up at these championships, their main interest is to win the team title, and they put 100% into that.
So 13.133 for the Italian gymnasts. No, I would absolutely agree with you on that, Craig. The team title is their priority. So Huk-Kyung Lee from Korea to the parallel bars.
Into upper arm. A bit laboured on that front somersault, going to handstand. Not just got the height and extension. Now that was better, the straddle front somersault. Catching in upper arm, the arms took a real pound in there. Nice tip out, heely turn. Stutz, lost it a little bit as well. Stutz to one, which was a little bit low. Gymnasts must finish these skills in the handstand, locked out, high into the dismount, double bite back, one step on landing.
Nice dismount for sure, with a few problems on the apparatus. So 13.666 for the pommel horse. It's had a few casualties this rotation.
I always think the pommel is very similar to the girls when they go on beam. If there's any nerves, that's the piece of apparatus that will definitely uncover them.
That's right. So we've just had up on our screens here Tanaka. They've submitted an inquiry protest. That means the jury will look at the difficulty score, will look at him, they'll video through the things and decide whether the judges got it right or not.
We've had quite a few inquiries over this competition so far, or the duration of these championships, should I say, but not many successful. The judges are really at the top of their game, like the gymnasts are.
So Phil lead on the P-bars, 14.233. Good score for him. So those gymnasts who've just completed parallel bars will move now to high bar. This will be our first look at high bar. But we're going to have a little look at Sergio Sasaki Jr. on the vault. Big start score.
8-6. Very powerful gymnast. Strikes. Handspring double front half turn. Named after the guy who performed it, Dragolescu.
15.2, and that was a great vault. Tremendously well controlled. So while the gymnasts are warming up, we can see a few of the routines that we missed. So this is Josimir Orlando Marino from Colombia.
Fast dynamic work at the start. That's the under somersault to handstand on one bar. Very difficult skill. Healy out. Difficult combination. Links it with another Healy turn. Under somersault half turn. Under somersault. Much better on the tip out. Just a little soft in the back. Works the long swing Diamondov well. That's the tip out. Swing through. Difficult routine. Interesting. Full twisting double back off the end of the parallel bars.
Oh, full of interest there. 15.6. That's a massive score, isn't it? Really well performed. So after two pieces of apparatus, Kohei Uchimura has resumed the position he would expect to be in, number one, with Max Whitlock second, Beliavsky third, Sergio Sasaki in fourth place. That's wonderful for Brazil, but they have really looked impressive at this championships. Donald Wittenberg down in 16th place. He qualified in that top group, and both the Chinese in that second page. 18th, Daniel Purvis. Fabian Hambushan, somewhere we're used to seeing at the top, in 22nd at the moment. But we've had a third of the competition so far only. We've got 4 more apparatus to go.
We have indeed. And one thing that seems to change the standings on the scoreboard is when the gymnasts have performed on the vault, because that seems to be a high-scoring piece of apparatus. You can see there, British lads on vault.
So they're allowed 2 warm-up goes, just to make sure they get their run-up right. Group here going to parallel bars. And then the high bar, generally considered the most exciting of the apparatus. That was a lovely angle to be watching. Now, we'd expect Wittenberg there to up his score a little bit when he comes to rings. Hugely powerful gymnast. So there we are, Kohei Uchimura, the current leader, the defending world champion, the Olympic champion. Knows however good he is, he has to keep focused.
He does indeed. Hear the chants of the crowd to support the home nation gymnasts. We've gone to rings. Superb venue for a competition.
And I was going to say, actually, Craig, rings are a very good apparatus for the home nation gymnast. All the Chinese gymnasts very powerful. So Josimar Calvero Marino of Colombia starts proceedings on the high bar.
expect something special if he hits. One of the highest start values, 7.2. Big releases. There's a squat half turn. Nice full twisting straight catch, Ev. Climbs up for something big. Full twisting tuck Kovac. It's the hop 1.5. It's the mixed grip. Steep pull. Markelov, one swing out. Big wind up. Another Kovac. Packed with difficulty. Shoulder hop 1.5. Endo into the heel. Gymnast must perform moves in the bar as well. Into the dismount. Double twisting, double bite.
Wow, we knew it was going to be a big routine when we saw the start value, but I thought it might be a bit wild, but it wasn't at all, was it? It was very impressive.
On to Bolt from Russia, Nikolai Kuksenkov.
Well, only nominated a 5-2 difficulty, so not the most difficult vault. It's the flip on, the double twist off, but very, very clean. And really not, he's dead in line, not giving the judges very much to deduct for. Always better to do something that you can do well, with confidence.
Yes, it was very clean. You can see there, bang on the middle, slightly off to one side, but really did attack. Drives back hard, blocks off the top. Once of a day, a double twist would see you into the medals in the all-round final, but not anymore. You need a 2.5 or triple.
Oh, absolutely. So the D score was changed for Tanaka. So no change, sorry, no change. So it remains at 14.2.
I think he knew that there. He had a little smile on his face. Thought he'd missed a combination off one of the handles down the end of the pommel routine. And the score comes in. Kuksenkov, 14.6, puts him temporarily into second position. Now, this will be a powerful vault from Ukraine. Oleg Verniev.
Yes, 6 is a big D score. Beatty's going for broke. Handspring, double front half out. Wow, that was amazing. He was bolt upright when he landed there. We're used to seeing the gymnast with the chest down a little bit. That was a fantastic vault. He just looked so slight. So 15.233, and that's a very good score. Puts him up first at the moment because high bar scores are difficult to come by.
They are indeed. And just watch this vault again on the replay. Such a powerful gymnast. Blocks off the top, 2.5, half twist out, bags of room, bags of energy. Now, lots of gymnasts favour the half twist out because you can spot the landing if you've got enough height, and he certainly has that. 6 in difficulty, that should get well into the 15s.
Well, if you think the execution is out of 10, you would not think the judges are going to have a huge amount to take off for that. David Alievsky comes to the rings. He looks very focused.
Yes, indeed. Straight into the back apparatus, the top planche. Into the invert, shoulders a little high there. Much better, shoulders in the crucifix. Wilson. Hotman to crucifix. Much better. Not one of his strong pieces of apparatus. Still have to work well. Needs to fix the handstand. Forward long swing. Forward long swing. Murmur in the back. Double twisting, double back straight dismount. Good, solid performance.
Well, he's certainly focused. He knew that he hasn't got the highest difficulty, but only at 15.4. That's a massive score, isn't it? Rank 2, just where he'd be if he hadn't sat down his rings dismount. Now Beniavsky just settling into his routine. A light, powerful gymnast. Very good shoulder line. That's the problem though, the arched back. He needs to flatten that out a little bit. That's the sort of thing the judges deduct for, but a very big dismount. Double straight with 2 twists. Very nice indeed.
This piece of apparatus will see him slip down the leaderboard, only temporarily.
So 14.7, not bad. Second, goes ahead of Vernier. Rings. Such a light frame.
6-4 difficulty. Good starting point. Nice Maltese. Very flat in the crucifix. Little lift of the head. He's out. Into the double tuck front, the Yamawaki straight back up rise to Maltese. Inverted crucifix. Maybe a 10th high in the shoulders. Nice shape in the handstand. Nice swinging elements. Fixes into the crucifix. Out, circle to handstand, lock the shoulders. Can he hang on? Winds into the dismount. Double twisting, double bang. Oh!
That trademark finish, he might have been swinging about a bit, but once he started spinning in the air, he just knew where the floor was. Here he goes, 2 twists, 2 somersaults, kick out, meet that floor. Oh, how many times has he practiced that landing position? He was highly delighted at the finish.
Over to vault. For Great Britain, Mike Whitlock.
Important piece this, he's posted a 6-star value. 3 twists and he wraps them in beautifully. Tiny bit offline, but that's a big important vault for him.
It is a very big vault. Here you can see, strikes the top, nice and high, wraps into the triple twist. This is something that him and his coach have been working. He used to do the 2.5, and this is something that we've seen this year. The triple twist, well within the lines, smiles all around.
So Ichimura, 15 on the rings. Look at that set of scores, 15-7, 15-1, 15. Consistency is the name of the game. Now this is Yasuki Tanaka. His inquiry was upheld. His D score went up 0.3 on the pommel horse, so he'll be feeling good as it comes to the rings.
Yes, he likes his piece of apparatus, and even has a move named after him on this piece of apparatus. Straight into the Maltese. Anything a little high in the shoulders. That's the upstart. The Sukahara, it's called. Upstart to Russian. Fixed position. Now that's his move, the Tanaka. Honma to the V crucifix. Swings well, double tuck, double pike, up into handstand. Thinks this is a backward long swing. That's the good soggy, the double back between the rings, into the double twisting double back.
Well, a really swingy, enjoyable routine. A little bit different style to some of the other gymnasts. You have to show strength elements but swing as well. So Max Whitlock, 15.366, puts him into second place with a huge total of 45.832. Now, if he can keep that sort of scoring up, it will be a big total.
Good position on the rings there. See the shaking of the head. It's such a difficult piece of apparatus. So much strength is required. I really enjoyed the swinging elements of this routine.
Obviously very pleased with their performances here. Different hand guards for different apparatus. You can see them just the rings guards coming off. So 14.733 for rings. Quite the 15 there.
Seated crucifix. Watch this. Immense strength, the press back up to the Maltese. Gymnasts can only perform 3 strength elements at any one time before you have to mix it up with some swinging elements, just like that. Handstand. Oh, little flicker of the arms there. Will cost him a 10th. Straight good soggy. Very difficult. The handstand. Elbows on the wires. It's another deduction. Winds into the dismount. Double twisting, double straight. One small step on landing.
Well, some fabulous strength work, but also a few little errors there as well. So Christian Bataga from Romania to the high bar.
13.133 in qualification. So we're wanting to improve on that. Straight Markelov start. Spin forwards. Squat half turn, a split of the legs. Stranokatchev. Stole the hop 1.5. Stole there. Half turn to mixed. Most difficult routine we've come to see from the Romanians over the years. Hop full. Hop 1.5. There's the in-bar skill the gymnast must perform. Winds up into the dismount. Double twisting, double bike. Lost in the air, had to bend his legs.
Well, quite an efficient routine, but lots of little deductions. Quite often not fully extended through the shoulders and the headline. This was nicely done. The Kachev, but just even as he kicked out of the Kachev, you could see the knees bend. 1.5 turn, a little bit late on recatching, and that's where the judges take the marks off the 10. Again, caught with slightly bent elbows. And you're right, Craig, I think that was meant to be a double twisting, double straight. He had to tuck up at the end, but recovered it well. Looking back over at the rings routine of Cheng Ran, and for it he scored 14.683. So the one French gymnast in this final, Cyril Thomason. So the parallel bars.
16th in the all-round in the Olympics. In the pommel final, pretty good on the parallel bars as well. Under somersault half, nice straight arms, well locked out. Long swing, up, spoke too soon. Long swing Diamidov, literally off. Gymnast has 30 seconds. You can see there, just missed his hand placement, not adjusting time.
It will be counting down on the monitor.
That's the apparatus. Long swing. Better. There's a skill from upper arm, front somersault, clip into handstand. Diamidov, such a shame, a lovely line in the handstand. Stuts to one bar. Lift into handstand, locks out. Double pike.
Well, unfortunately, when you fall off like that, one whole mark is lost. It's a shame because parallel bars is a good piece for Thomason. We haven't seen France in the team final for a couple of years, but there we are, Christian Bataga, 13.366, and it's easy to see how scores plummet a bit on the high bar. They do so many moves that it's easy to deduct lots. Nice swing here. Very efficient to handstand, just a little bit of a bend of the elbows at the end. And that's, you could see the feet weren't in line, they were outside the line of the bars. There wasn't very much he could do about it once he'd left like that. And this is the weight you never want when you haven't performed well and you're waiting for your score to come in. So they're giving us standings here. Uchimura in 1, Max Whitlock sticking in the 2nd place, but very closely behind is Josima Malveno from Colombia.
Judges taking the time for the score, and it comes in. Thomason of France, 13.266. You'll be disappointed with that.
But we're going to watch another gymnast on the parallel bars. This is Andreas Tober from Germany.
Into the handstand. With a somersault half turn. Unusual front up rise, back somersault half turn. Catching upper arm. Nice studs into the handstand. Steps onto the one bar. Start with the handstand. Double pipe back. Small hop on landing.
Good, efficient routine. Not too many elements. If you can pack your big difficulty into 10 elements and not do any more than 10, then that's how you get a big score. Because the more elements you do, the more chance the judges have to deduct for slight lack of technique. This was a very concise routine. With a lovely high controlled dismount.
The highest start value we'll see in this competition. 5.7 in qualification, scored 14. And there you can see Svetlana Korkina gets a massive cheer from the crowd. The same when I walk into a ring, Christine.
She's one of the real greats of gymnastics. There's a lot of real famous stars here from the gymnastics world.
Like I was saying, Christine,
yes.
like myself.
I was going to say including you, Craig.
You're too generous. We're just taking his time with this score, holding up the competition slightly. However, Uchimura will not be phased at all. He's just so calm and collected. I can't think of not just another gymnast, but another athlete from another sport as well composed as Uchimura.
No, but the big smile when he performs just shows that there is emotion there. The sort of smile of relief as when he performs well. So there we are for Andreas Tober, 14.333, a good score. Goodness, they got a little bit behind on parallel bars. They must have had some problems. So Oliver Hegi from Switzerland.
Final performer in this round. Dynamic gymnast. Much better under somersault half turn, under somersault. Nice long swing. Blocks high on the straddle front. Tip out. Into the Healy. Steps into the handstand. Lovely turn onto the one bar. This is a good routine. Can he finish well? Small step on the dismount.
He can. That was a much improved routine. We saw him in the team final when he wasn't quite so happy as that. But that was efficient work. Switzerland have had a very good championships. Super height on the dismount. Very popular dismount, the double pipe back. And has to quickly get himself together with his handguards on, the high bar.
This is the end of this routine. Gymnasts, please march to the next apparatus.
本轮比赛结束，请运动员轮换项目。
Get another look at the scoreboard. The halfway point.
Well, halfway point now, I think, Craig. 4 apparatus, just 2 left. So it's starting to unfold. Sorry, you're right, halfway. Halfway.
Strong on this piece of apparatus, 6-7 start value, so one of the strongest competitors on rings. Seated crucifix, immense strength there to press to the Maltese. Lay out, another Maltese from the backup rise. Lay out. Double front, double pike, armour to crucifix. Shoulders flat with the rings. That's what the judges are looking for. Lay out into the handstand. That's a straight good soggy. On the straps, it's a deduction. This line, double twisting double back straight.
So there's the score, 14.866. The second gymnast from Russia to have the elbows on the straps and the parallel bars. Wow, 15.133. Be happy with that score. So, halfway, Kohai Uchimura leads from Max Whitlock, from Yosimir Orlando Calvero Marino. Very close, all on the 45s. David Beliavsky in 4th, 5th, Oleg Vernayev. And Dan Purvis, 15th. '24 gymnasts in this competition. Have to be the elite of the elite to be competing here. I think there was probably 150 gymnasts in the initial competition. So to be one of the top 24, you have to be pretty special. British boys move round to the parallel bars. Bar last come to the floor exercise now, so some started on floor, others we're seeing just move to floor now. So they had to find Uchimura in with the foliage. He's the competition leader. Just chilling.
Looks like we're going to get to vault, and we are. From Russia, David Beliavsky.
Big focus. This is a very important vault for him. Very important explosion of power. Double Sukahara, and he held it. Well done. His hips were quite well behind his feet. He could easily have sat that down. Well done, says the coach. That was great saving.
He did indeed. He's such a powerful gymnast on this piece of apparatus. You can see really using the springboard there. Works the springs, blocks off the top. 2.5 in the pike position. Massive step back. He was very lucky indeed not to fall and over-rotate that vault.
There was just sides of a flag going up saying that he was out of the zone, out of the line. He didn't just step on the line, he stepped across it. So that'll probably be a point for deduction for him.
I think as Sidgwick's coach, I'll take the point 3 rather than the mark.
Absolutely.
It could have easily been that.
Actually, it was only a 0.1 penalty, only just out. So 15.0.
First place, temporarily. Maybe not for long, unless this man has something to say about it. The current leader, Kohai Uchimura.
He's a real precision gymnast. Lines up completely. Handspring, 2.5, twisting front. Fabulous style, and that same trademark landing. And I think he's quite pumped actually, even though he gives the impression of a very cool character.
I was going to say exactly the same thing there. He seems to have come alive after that vault, but so precise. I mean, if you just take the landings on the apparatus of Uchimura alone, it probably performs better than everybody else put together. I mean, 2.5. Smack bang in the middle, a massive 6 stabble. It's almost like he can't believe it. I'm sure there he's thinking, today he's just going too well. Well, let's just hope he can keep his composure for the other 2 remaining apparatus.
So Sergio Saskia on the high bar.
6-5 difficulty in qualification. Good routine, nice. Connection there with the squat half into the full twisting core match tuck. Winding up for another big release. That's in the straight position. For the Casina. Nice work on the turns. Squat full, into the handstand, straight Markelov. Little invert grip. There's the Healy. Working very well, this gymnast. High into the dismount, double twisting, double back straight.
Wow, full of dynamic work, real exciting performance there. This is Mr. Precision, and that's the reward, 15.633. A massive score on the vault, so very little taken off. His execution score was 9.63. Squat dislocation with the half turn, 2 difficult elements combined, the Kovacs with full turn. And here it is straight. Fantastic swing, actually. The aim is that the gymnasts have to keep swinging when they do these very difficult skills. Wrapped in really cleanly, 2 twists, hotting up this competition.
It is indeed. Colombia and Brazil are having an absolute storming competition.
Well, I wonder if this is something we're going to see in this cycle running up to Rio. Whether it's the South American teams that are going to start really pushing ahead. 15.066, third for Sergio Saskia. Third at the moment. We've still got several gymnasts to go.
Come on, Sam, let's get it.
Go to vault. We are indeed. Powerful vaulter from China, Cheng Ran.
Scurries down the runway, powerfully in. Oh, backhand down. That was not what we expected. I think that but it just didn't lift off the top at all. And that can't have been terribly comfortable.
Powerful vaulter, as you can see there. It's really difficult to tell sometimes whether it's Sukahara or the handspring type vault with the way that they go onto the platform. But I think that was the handspring. 2.5. One thing's for sure, he put his hands down. It certainly won't help his cause in this competition. However, next on floor on the parallel bars, Oleg Voroniev from the Ukraine. Fast hands, locks the handstand. Nice under somersault half turn. Under somersault to one bar, into the Healy. Highest difficulty. Locks out on the under somersault. Bars. Tipelt. Into handstand. Beautiful lines, beautiful work. Studs to one, turns back in. Front up rise. High into the double front half turn dismount.
Oh, lovely work, super dismount. Delighted with himself. This won't be such a delight though, 14.133. 1 whole mark off for hands down on the landing. It's a good job they got the team gold because they're not going to get gold today, I don't think. So, Donald Wittenberg for USA. Hugely powerful gymnast. Great vaulter. Builds the power. Lifts high, high, high. Oh, and a second one. How amazing is that? We've seen great vaulting from everybody and then 2 gymnasts in a row in different countries.
They performed this vault so well in the qualification and the team competition. Handspring double front half turn, the Dragulescu.
I think Craigie tapped very early if you watch.
Yeah, the block I think was a little late. He certainly uses the springs on the board. Into the double front, half turn, hands down. Yeah, needed a bit more height for that.
Oh, look at that score, 16.033. We've had 2 16s today already. The first, we haven't had 16 before in this championships, and that pushes him straight into second place, behind Uchimura.
He's certainly got a freshness about him, Verniev, not having competed in the team final. And he has the second highest difficulty of the whole competition, 39.1. However, parallel bars.
Fabian Hambusham from Germany comes to the parallel bars. Very experienced gymnast.
Very difficult routine on this piece of apparatus. Short, and the somersault. Directed on the long swing. Front to right, double back. Difficult skill. Studs to one bar. So solid in the handstand. Just look how straight a line from his shoulders to his feet. That's a double back between the bars. Underbar work with the Tipelt. Into the Healy, reverse pirouette. Can he keep it up? Double flight back, nails the landing.
His trademark pumps the air. He's the great showman of gymnastics. So Wittenberg, 13.7. That's very costly. That's very costly indeed. Having a fabulous fabulous time here on parallel bars. Really lovely tight double back somersault. Knees beautifully together. A naturally stylish gymnast. And really swings very smoothly up to the handstand.
Third in the all-round in the last World Championships, so he's got the experience. We've got the smiles.
15.433 for Fabian Hambushan. And we go to his teammate now. Andreas Tober from Germany. Steps to the high bar.
Slating with the in-bar work. Squat full turn, little late. Squat half, little split of the legs, straight into the Kachev half turn. Just to build the difficulty. Winds up for a big release now. Took Kovac. Winds up again. With the full twist. And just got on the bar then. Kachev. Hop full. Hop 1.5 to mixed grip. Winds up into the dismount, kicks big into the air, sticks the double twist in, double back.
We've seen so many great landings today, and that was another one. Full of difficulty, it really is the apparatus to excite. The apparatus the gymnasts love to perform, the swinging, the catch of there with the half turn. Back somersault over the bar, the Kovac, you see, he can see nice and early that he's going to catch, gets the hands right over the bar. And then with the full twist, oh, did he do well to hang on to that? He bounced off the bar first time round. And then, of course, changes the timing completely to release and fly away. The dismount. So, high bar, Andreas Tober, 14.333.
Besser als in den letzten 2 Tagen mit der Übung, das war richtig schlecht.
Gymnast who went into this round in 3rd place. From Colombia. Let's see if he can hold this challenge.
Nice 3.5, first pass. Double twist, 1.5. Linked together, nice combination. 2.5. Extinguishing the circle. Showing strength and flexibility. Oh! Must fix the handstand. That was short. Took full. Look at the clock. Sure he's in time. Finishes. Triple twist. Little shuffle on landing.
Well, that was a valiant routine, but there were little shuffles on lots of landings. In fact, he looked almost a bit disorientated on 1 or 2. So, Max Whitlock onto this apparatus in second place. Probably not his favourite. Let's hope he can really perform well. Come on, Max.
Nice under somersault. Long swing. Beautiful high double back. Kicks out in plenty of time. That's what the arm pads are for. Into the end. Up into the tip belt, into handstand. Clean work. Front up rise. High into the straddle front. Early turn. Nice studs to one. Lovely control. Up start. Steep lift to handstand on one bar. Must focus to the end. Double pipe back. Nails the landing.
Wow, well done, Max Whitlock. You can see the British team supporting him there. That was a very good routine.
It was indeed. A lot of pressure, especially on a weak piece of apparatus to perform well.
So 14-2 for Marino, down to 5th position. Still a good performance. He came in as one of the almost the 3rd last qualifier, 4th last qualifier, so he's doing absolutely fantastically. So Petro Pakunik.
(13.733) in qualification. Nice squat half turn into the handstand. High straddle catch head, straight arms. Steep full. Straight Markelov. Arm bend there. Hop full. A bit late. Shoulder. Half. Turn from end up. Ball work. Winds up to the dismount. Full twist into a back straight.
Nicely controlled work. So Max Whitlock 14.975, keeping his challenge alive. Goes into 3rd place there. Next gymnast for parallel bars, Daniel Purvis.
Strong piece of apparatus for Dan. He's got the difficulty. Beautiful line. That's a very difficult under somersault to one bar. Heely turn out. Such a difficult combination. Nice under somersault. Long swing double bike. Studs. Long swing. Catches the bars a little bit there with his legs. Long straddle front. Hang on, double pike. Sticks a landing.
Really good routine. He's increased his difficulty here down over the last few months. Didn't look like he was totally happy with that routine. Beautiful style. Always a great technician. Look at the chest lift. Really good dismount landing. So, high bar 13.933. High bar is difficult to get big scores on. I think.
本轮比赛结束，请运动员轮换项目。
Dan was the final gymnast on the parallel bars, and that seems to be the slowest piece of apparatus in this championship. So off we go to the next apparatus. This top group, including the Chimura, moved to the parallel bars. The second group moved to the high bar. And there's the score for Daniel Purvis, 15.1. Very nicely done.
On to Bolt from China, then Shudi.
See a little nervous twitch of the hands, knows he's got to hold really well. Total focus. The half turn on, the three twist, that's the Sukahara with the three twist. Very well performed for a 15-2. These big, huge vaults, they're rocketing off this platform. So, here we go, two pieces of apparatus left, Kohai Uchimura. Oleg Verniev second, Max Whitlock third, David Beliavsky fourth. Everything to fight for, they've all got to keep working at it. Dan Purvis climbing up into 12th position, just one behind Fabian Hambushan. And Tanaka down in 9th. Sam Mikulak hasn't produced what we thought he might, 17th at the moment.
Uchimura moves to parallel bars. One of his stronger pieces of apparatus. Hambushin to high bar.
Which is definitely one of his strongest pieces of apparatus. He's very disappointed not to make high bar final and be determined to show people what he can do. This is the group moving to floor.
And the group on the pommels.
Now, interestingly, 4 of these 6 gymnasts in this top group have made P-bar final. So for most of them, it was their best apparatus. So we're really expecting to see some scores go up. We've actually had a 16 on this apparatus already from Verniev. So it'll be interesting to see if we're going to see some more very big scores.
Yep, there he is. He's on high bar. Scored 14.766 in qualification. The high bar scores have been difficult to break into the 15s. We have been talking about that, and it's not generally down to the release, it's more the angles on the turns, and the judges have a much better view than what we have here. And people sat at home, they need to turn into the handstand, and if they catch him late, it's something that they'll be hammering the deduction, anything from 1 to 3 to even 5/10.
So they've found Max Whitlock to show he's 3rd place at the moment. 2 pieces to go. This is when your heart starts pounding.
It does. I suppose the good thing for Max on the high bar, it's something that he's quite stable at.
Don't tempt fate, they're afraid.
But it's greater piece of apparatus. It's the floor.
This is the end of the world
Last
matches.
piece.
Please prepare for the competition.
整个活动结束，比赛开始。
Apparatus very important for Verniev here. The gymnasts we've seen promise much over the years, and personally it would delight me to see him succeed. So often seen him throw competitions away. Let's hope we're not going to see that today.
An interesting fact, Verniev scored 14.766 high bar in qualification. Max scored 14.6, so it's going to be a real battle between these two on here.
Oleg Vernayev from Ukraine on high bar.
Straight in to the Markelov, half turn. Squat half. Make a little adjustment. There's a Kachev half turn. Combination for that. Steep full. Controls it well. Into another Markelov. Little bending of the arms. Swing out. Nice work there. The invert grip. Off turn. Lines up into the dismount. Double twist into back straight. Hop there on the landing.
Well, lots of technical work. He's very stylish, very extended, a bit short on the dynamic releases. He fulfilled the requirements, but he stalled just a couple of times. He goes for real precision. Look at the lovely shape, catches in the mixed grip, so it's with the half turn, swings out nicely. There's the big dismount, just that hop. That's a 0.3, I would imagine, that hop. But he's very happy to have landed with his feet on the ground, no major mishap. You see the tape measure out there in the Japanese camp to make sure that the width of the parallel bars is absolutely accurate.
There's two coaches on the podium, and rightly so.
There will be a coach and a teammate, so Kohei Uchimura from Japan, the current leader, the defending world champion, his penultimate piece of apparatus.
One works very well. Such control there in the Makuts. Oh, arm bend, in a turn. Front up rise, double bike. That's what the arm pads are for. The somersault half, a little struggle there. Somersault into handstand. Better work in the double bike. Lovely combination, connected into the straddle front. Double bike.
Well, you almost thought, or I felt, the start of that routine was a bit slow, a bit ponderous. Once he'd made a tiny error, not hit a handstand, then he just relaxed and went for it all. And that's how he performs best. Back end of the routine was great. Lovely double somersault. As himself really get going then. That was the error. Not, oh no, it wasn't. That was the one that was up to handstand.
That's the first time in this competition that I've seen him struggle a little.
And take a hop on landing. Nothing disastrous, he'll be fine about it, but it wasn't his absolute best. So Vernayev, 14.466, yes, just a little bit down. There were a couple of moments when he had to force the move over. But here, Fabian Hambushan, silver medalist on high bar at the Olympics in 2012, one of the most exciting gymnasts you'll see.
He's indeed, with a massive 7 difficulty rating if he hits. Look at the height, in the full twisting Kovac, in the stretch position, and again in the tuck position. And a nice straight Kachev, hop 1.5. Squat full, into the straight Markelov. Still the hop 1.5. Hop full. Winds into the dismount, high into the air. Double twisting, double back straight.
Oh, delighted. You can see the German contingent in the crowd delighted as well. That'll do his bid no harm at all.
As you can see there, kicks high into the air for the dismount. He has a very difficult combination mid-routine, which he missed from the team competition. I did manage to spot that, the full twisting straight Jaeger. But he performed well. He won't get deducted. He'll just be down slightly on his D score.
And Uchimura 15.2. A little bit lower than qualification, but still a good score. Yusuke Tanaka. Interesting that the two Japanese gymnasts are following each other.
And they both have the same start value. They hit everything of 6.6. This is his favourite piece of apparatus. And look at the height there on the front somersault to catch. And the McCuts into the Healy. Nice straight arms in the under somersault half turn. To one bar, showing great control. And another under somersault. Start onto one bar, lifting to handstand, going well so far. Pops high into the dismount, sticks the double pike.
Total control there, very impressive indeed. Looked a complete master on that apparatus. And it's the parallel bars where so many of these gymnasts can make a big difference. And he'll be one going to the P, who's in the P-bar final. We'll be looking forward to seeing now Hambusham 15-1. Yep. And that takes him to third. Just shows you what a big score on a piece of apparatus can do for you. Andrei Ikvetsky from Belarus jumps himself up onto the high bar.
Nice high straight catch, Ev. Up full, little late on the catch. Up 1.5. Late again then. Need to invert. Better in the squat dislocate. Squat full, that's late again. Manages to connect it into the marker log. It's a slide on the swing. Very unusual. Bit of originality. Kicks into the dismount. Full twisting double back straight. One step on the landing.
Yes, as you were saying, Craig, a few of those turns were a bit late. The gymnasts have to get their hands on earlier. Oh, look at that massive score, 15.883 from parallel bars. Now it's all unraveling. So, we're not finished this round yet, but Uchimura is in the lead, burning in second, and Tanaka's building up, but the British boys have still to go. And the Chinese as well. Chengran, fabulous on parallel bars.
He is indeed, also in the parallel bar final. 6-8 on difficulty. high double pike back between the bars. Nice under somersault to one bar. With the half turn. Into the handstand. Into the long swing double back. Really nice. Back somersault, half turn to upper arm. Looks into the handstand. Big straddle front. Down to the landing. Nails the double pike.
And the crowd erupt. Really delighted to see a good performance on the parallel bars, especially after not such a great one on the board. So Likovitsky, 14.433. He didn't hold that very long at all. Just about got to the handstand position. Super high double pike somersault between the bars. Very secure on the landing. Very difficult routine. So 15.233. Not the top score. Move to the high bar and Max Whitlock. Very important routine for him here.
It is indeed. Nice. Straight Markelov with half turn. Swings out well. Must hit these handstands. Shoulder hop 1.5. Good flight from the bar. Full, that's a little late. Works out well. Will be a deduction. Bending of the arms. The hop 1.5. He's having to work this routine. The hop full. Late on the catch, needs a good dismount. Little hop on landing.
Well, he had a good dismount, but he fought all his way through, but there'll be little deductions for the judges to take. Much, much better, though, to hang on in there than part company with the apparatus. That's the start. That was very nice and smooth. The Stolder, 1.5, and it was a little bit late on that. And the squat dislocation with full turn, but he did so well. He fought so well and actually managed to make the link. Really did well there. Super twister. Opens out and makes the landing.
I don't know why I pushed it so far. Got 4, yeah.
So 14-2, not the highest score, but it keeps him at the moment in third.
Team final. Like
hear him talking it through. So the standings: Kohai Uchimura, Oleg Verneyev, Max Whitlock, Yusei Tanaka. It's tight. Fabian Hambushin up there.
On to floor from Brazil, Sergio Saskia Jr.
And the Brazilians are really very nice on the floor. Look at that. Handspring double pike front, immediate front summy with full twist. 1.5 into double front. Wow. We're used to just seeing one of those elements on their own. Double twisting, double back. The complexity of tumbling is quite amazing from these gymnasts. Good lift to handstand, the little brush of the feet on the floor will be a bit of a deduction. Two and a half into front summy with half turn. Oh, that was a shame. He recovered it well, but there will be a deduction there. Half in, half out to finish. That's great tumbling. The gymnast who's been up there near the top.
Look at the first tumble. Huge double pike front, rebounds straight into the tuck front somersault with full twist. This is where they get the difficulty. Such a powerful tumbler, double twisting, double pike in the tuck position, not down the diagonal, across the side of the floor. So that makes it more difficult. Gymnast does not have as much room to gain the power. It's certainly not lacking in power for this young man. There's a 2.5, straight half, spots the floor and the landing. Routine.
Deng Shudi moves to the parallel bars, and you can hear the crowd warming up in support of the Chinese gymnasts.
On paper, the most difficult routine on the parallel bars. Huge front uprise, double pike. I think we'll see another, and we do, from support, swinging double pike back. So difficult, under somersault, with the half turn. Long swing double pike, 3 double pikes, in 3 different positions. High into the straddle front. Such a difficult routine. Tip out, into long hand catch, swing out. There's the tip out on its own. Such masters of the parallel bars, the Chinese. Great technicians. High into the dismount, nails the landing.
Well, and you can hear the crowd erupt. That was a fantastic performance on parallel bars. In the team competition, parallel bars was what made the difference, I think. 14.966 for Sergio Sasaski. We missed Daniel Purvis's routine. He performed well for a 14.1. Here, Nikolai Kusenkov for Russia.
This is a special routine if it hits. Out of 7 on the difficulty, so expect some big things. Winds up, high into the straight Kovac. Little bend on the arms. Full twist, tuck Kovac. Stole full 1.5. Big half. Immediately to the catch in half. To work out of the swing. Really nice. Twisting down to one arm. Now that is precise. Stoop full, straight Markelov. Easy to mix. Lines up to the dismount. Full twisting double back straight.
strangely quiet dismount actually for that routine. Very long, elegant gymnast. So 15-7, another big parallel bar score. Berniev's still the best on parallel bars with his 16.05, but this guy could creep in there. David Beliavsky.
(15-1, 3-3 in qualification. Pressure's on. Solid somersault start to one bar. Nice front uprise Jamadov, connected into the tipelt. Adjustment needed there. No mistake on the front somersault. Straight to handstand. Heely turn. Out onto one bar. Lift to handstand. There's the studs. Watch this, dismount. Double tuck front, half turn.
Well, he got better as he got going, a bit tentative to start with. But once he got in the swing of it, it was lovely work. So, Kusenkov, 14.466, quite a bit lower than qualification. So, our final apparatus. It is actually quite a tight competition. Generally in the past, Uchimura has had, by this stage, quite a big lead. He's still, as it says there, the current leader, but it's not a massive lead today.
Very true, Christine. He's used to being a mark and a half in front of the field. And looking at the monitor, it's round about half a mark. So, first time we've seen under a little bit of pressure. However, high bar is one of his favourite pieces of apparatus. He finished second in qualification on the high bar, into the high bar final. It's something quite spectacular.
Yes, in fact, it's his only final, I think, isn't it? Competition. So, what's this done for Beliavsky? Does it put him into the medal spots? Still waiting for the score to come in. This is the trouble when you're the last person on the parallel bar. You've then got a bit of a rush to get your handguards on.
Each gymnast will get 30 seconds. Unless you're on the floor, then it's a bit of a free-for-all.
Beliavsky's going to do well to get any warm-up at all, I think. He gets a bit of movement. Reach for the handguards.
Still waiting for the parallel bar score to come in, and it does.
15.366, that puts him up into third. It's a very tight competition. So, at the moment, Uchimura first. He is a mark ahead of Vernayev, Beliavsky and Max Whitlock, all on 75. Very tight, but not too far behind is Tanaka and Sasuke. The challenge from the Chinese fallen away a little bit. Dan Purvis in 15th. And Bhushan 10th. It's all to play for. This are the group that finish on the high bar. Tanaka, Beliavsky, Uchimura, they're the three that are in that top 5 or 6. Max Whitlock, Oleg Vernayev, they're the others in touching distance. So it's going to be all important, the final performances. Sergio Sasaski Jr. from Brazil finishes on pommel horse.
Just quickly trying to do my maths. And in the team final, Max Whitlock scored 15.4 on floor. He needs to make up 3/10 if he wants to get into the medals.
Yes, he needs the floor of his life, I think, if he's going to get into the medals. Vernayev second, when you think Vernayev had that form on his dismount on rings. Vernayev third. Whitlock fourth. Giving us a quick look around the arena.
She's really on for the last round, especially for between second and fifth.
Yep, those 3-4 places are very tight. This is one of the gymnasts in the fight there. Yasuki Tanaka, his final apparatus, fighting for a medal.
And performed superbly on this piece of apparatus. 7.2 on the difficulty, but he needs to hit. You see, he winds up big, nice and high, full twisting straight Kovac. Nice in the turn. Winds up again. Full twisting tuck Kovac. Immediate hop, 1.5. Into the mixed grip, straight Jonasson. Into forward long swing. Up full, little late. Much better in the half. Winds up for the dismount. Double twisting, double straight.
Well, he's laid down a very strong challenge to the other gymnasts in that pack. It was a super high bar routine. Totally delighted with it. Really good elevation. He caught, no break of swing at all. Same here. A difficult routine, but really performed with confidence. Hands on while the body's still high. When we say a late turn, that's what we mean. The judges consider the turn finished when the hands are on. Really well met on the landing. Yes.
Routine.
15.5. Wow, that is a score that's going to take some beating. 90.449. That's a really good total as well. Cheng Ran to the high bar. Been very in and out today.
Yes, down a bit on the difficulty, so we'll have to go clean. Nice high in the straight Katchev. Straight Katchev with the half turn. Steep half, nice into the handstand. Straddle Katchev half. Squat full, a little bit late on the turn there, but connects well into the Markelov. release there. Lines up for the dismount. Kicks into the air. Sticks the double twisting double back.
Well, a great finish to his all-around competition. Had a few hiccups in other areas, but not on the high bar. That was fantastic. You can hear how much the crowd appreciate it. Look at the height on that stoop catch-out. Lays the body right out. Plenty of time to see the bar and then catch with a half turn. Really smooth. Got all the links really nicely. Big double twisting, double back. Really good finish.
It was indeed a solid performance. Couldn't have performed that any better. To let the judges decide that one. Slightly down on his difficulty compared to the previous, and the score comes in to reflect that. 14.566 for Chenran, who's currently in third position. Onto the floor for Great Britain, Max Whitlock.
Now Max needs total focus here. Full twist into double, 2.5. Lovely landing. Another big tumble, 3.5 into front somersault with half turn. A bit of virtuosity here on the flares and the pirouettes on the floor. Lifts the routine, has to harness it all now and be steady. Super control. Now, big focus. Good roll out. 1 3/4 somersaults with twist. Super, that's another big combination, 2.5 into front, 1.5. Really needs to keep focusing, keep contrast. Oh, fantastic, triple twist. He could not have done that better. He really has worked a fantastic competition. What will be?
Well, he scored 15.4 in the team final, which was better than qualification. He needs 15.442 to go above Yusuke Tanaka of Japan. Like you said, Christine, he could not have performed that routine any better, with one slight shuffle at the end. But just look at the twist in there, wraps in, sets up, that's the 2.5, arms out, glued to the floor. Look at this, that's the final tumble, the triple twist, little shuffle back, maybe a 10. 6.6 for the difficulty.
He's worked a really good competition today, and of course we got Vernev still to go on floor, so we won't know exactly what's going to be, but he's done his best.
He has indeed.
Every piece he's really performed on.
Believski's going to go on high bar. The score comes in 15.466. He moves into first place.
90.473.
So Tanaka in second, Hambushin in third. But there's still a few more to go.
There are indeed. There are Beliavsky to go, and Bernayev, they're the two danger points. Deng Shudi, I think, has made too many mistakes throughout the competition. But sure he'll work a great high bar here.
Good on this piece of apparatus. Starts off well. There's a straight catcher with half turn. Good, clean catch. Into the handstand. Very precise. Hold a hot 1.5. Scoop full. Nice connection to the Markelov. Little low on the catch. Little late on the turn. 1.5. Connected into the end up. Winds up, needs a big dismount. And it is. Double twisting, double straight.
Wow, what a performance for this crowd. It was the final performance of the team competition on high bar that won the gold medal for the team from China 2 days ago. And they're showing just what good high bar workers they are. This has become a very popular combination. The Kachev to half turn. Clean in all those handstands. Pirouettes across the bar. 1.5 pirouette, head locked beautifully between arms. Just a little bit of a flicker of the feet. Such impressive landings from all these gymnasts. So 14.833 puts him into third at the moment. Still got very important gymnasts to go. So in this top group, Sergio Sasaki Jr. from Brazil.
Super competition. Straight up into the handstand. Lovely single leg work. Showing great flexibility. Up into the handstand, pirouette. Back down into the flare and circle. Really difficult work. Travelling nicely along the horse. That's the Russian Wendy circle on the end. Connects it to the Wu travel. Well, this is good. Pirouette, slight hesitation, but good performance.
Wow, he's had a really good competition. You can see he's not in the top two groups. Finishing on pommel horse, but he's really worked well today. Really raised his level since qualification. But this is a gymnast with everything to work for here. Needs a big routine. So, David Beliavsky from Russia, working for a medal.
14.866 in qualification. Needs a 15 today. Nice straddle Kachev. Straddle Kachev with the half turn, very clean. That's the turn into the heeling. Stoop, full, little late. Works well into the straight Markelov. Up. Little bit of loss of form on the hop full. Original Steinman swing work. Winds into the dismount. Full twisting double back straight, hop on the landing.
Wow, clean, but there were a couple of errors in there. We're going to see in qualification his start score was 6-4. It was a big start score. He doesn't look totally convinced. So, Pommel Horse, 14.633, 89. He's in 4th place at the moment. So, Whitlock still at the top. Tanaka behind him. Deng Shudi in 3rd. Up to 4th for Sergio Sasaki. And we await this score. This is going to be such an important score. Lovely style and extension on the Kachev. Really nice straight arms as he catches. Snaps the body up. Straight elbows, sees the bar, makes the turn. The endo circle gymnasts have to do an element that comes in close to the bar. These are all long swings. They have to do a close bar element as well. That was just a little bit late, the full turn from the squat dislocation. But well flighted, lovely style, dismount, hop on the landing, but there was a lot of good stuff there. The judges are going to really have to think long and hard about this score. And there it is, 14.4. That puts him 3rd, behind Tanaka and behind Whitlock. So Max Whitlock, Yasuki Tanaka, David Beliavsky. The smile on Scott Hand's face says it all. 2 more significant gymnasts to go. And this is one of them.
Yes, Vernayev waiting for floor. And Uchimura on the high bar. And I will suspect he will let one gymnast go before the other to keep the suspense going. And on floor now for Ukraine, Oleg Vernayev.
And he needs more than 50 to take the lead from Max Whitlock. Very clean opening rollout. He can't do any more of those now. Double twisting, double back, and a step out. That's just a 0.1, but these championships are going to be lost on 1 on 0.1. Double twisting front, oh, and another big step on landing. Needs to settle himself. Super twisting, that's better. 2.5 twist there, forwards. Good control. Technically always excellent. 2.5 twists into front with a half turn, that's more like it. Settled himself down a bit. Big finish, triple twist, lovely. He finishes great, but he gave away a few tenths at the beginning there, Craig, didn't he?
He did indeed, and floor has all been about the landings this evening here. And for me, there were quite a few mistakes in that routine. The judges will have definitely spotted that. Very big opening, double twisting, double back, kicks out, hops back and steps out the floor. That is a 0.1. Say here, stands up, opens out, spots the floor, superb finish. A bit of a ropey start.
Yes, I mean at the very highest level you're fighting here for a World Championship medal. I think I will be surprised if that goes into the 15s. We will see.
14.7 in qualification. I think he needs 15.008 to take the lead. You can see the gymnasts congratulating one another. Been a great atmosphere out there tonight.
So 14.833. He goes into third behind Tanaka, actually. So that was very costly to him. Max Whitlock knows there's only one gymnast to go, and that's Uchimura. So he's probably silver medal.
Well, it's all down to this man. He needs to do his routine. Uchimura falls. We may have our first ever individual world champion, but it's down to this man. Onto the high bar, Kohai Uchimura.
They showed us on the graphics that he needs 13.71. Fortress in Kovacs, he pulled it just a little bit close. Wasn't taking any chances of flying away. However many times you've won, it just gets harder to keep winning. Super. Oh, big combination. Front somersault with half turn. He's really swinging and going for broke. Super handstand to the Markelov. Forward element. Full turn. Changes his swing up into the dismount for the world title. A hop, but wow, he's not letting anyone in there. Kohai Uchimura makes history tonight, but so does Max Whitlock.
What a way to finish the competition. The crowds are on the feet in admiration. Kohai Uchimura, that routine should have no doubt secured his 5th all-around title. Just look at the celebration there. He's come in, done the job. Hopefully take away some disappointment from the team silver. There's Beliavsky. We'll have to settle yet again for no medal. What about young Max Whitlock? Wasn't even in the all-around final, and now equals Dan Keating's all-around silver. 2009.
Absolutely fantastic, yes. He replaced Niall Wilson, who's had a wrist injury. He didn't have a great competition in the team qualification, but came out tonight and really was his best. There we go. For Kohai Uchimura, 15.233 gives him a total of 91.965. And you know, although he's won that many times, 5 World Championship titles it says, and you think, oh, it's just a walk in the park, it's not. The pressure mounts and mounts and mounts when you've done that amount of winning. But how about Max Whitlock splitting the two gymnasts from Japan?
What a performance there, Max Whitlock from Great Britain, silver medal, to perform under that pressure on the floor, knowing that he needed a big score ahead of Yusuke Tanaka from Japan, 90.449. Japan have done so much better in the individual.
Yes, spare a thought for Vernayev. Second when he went into floor, he just let the pressure get to him. But two very happy gymnasts there. It was very different to it did 2 nights ago for them when they just lost out on the final piece. It's been an absolutely fantastic competition here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes men's individual all-around final. Would you please congratulate the winning gymnast and the Marshall arena?
第45届世界体操锦标赛男子全能决赛到此结束，请运动员退场。
That's what I love about the men's competition. Just so many nations can fight for the medals. If you think about Max, qualified in 14th place.
So here we see it, Uchimura, his 5th world title. But Max Whitlock fighting back, flying the flag for Great Britain. 2nd place. Yusuke Tanaka 3rd. Dan Purvis there in 11th. It's been an interesting championships. 13th Cheng Ran from China. China, as you said, Craig, really put their focus on the team competition, and they weren't at the races really at this competition. And Donald Wittenberg, 17, he qualified in the top 6. So it really has changed around quite dramatically.
It has indeed. Donald Wittenberg qualified in 5th place. Big expectations from the Americans. But I don't think we're too disappointed with picking up the team bronze yesterday, or sorry, the day before.
No, that was and that of course was a big fight with Great Britain. Then Great Britain lost out to the 4th place. So this is makes the pill a little less bitter tonight, with Max Whitlock taking the silver medal. We have a little back look at the medalists. Here we see Tanaka.
He did really put in a solid performance tonight. He did fight every inch of the way.
Now a little montage of Max Whitlock, that opening tumble. Front summy into 2.5 twist. He performed really well on his good pieces. He made hay on his good pieces, on pommels, on floor, on vault, and then he made sure his weaker pieces were good enough. And that's the name of the game, really.
Quite interesting, by upping his vault by half a twist this year, between obviously sitting down with his coach Scott Hahn, that vault has probably secured that silver medal. So really, really good training and thought process gone into his all-round performance. So it's really nice to see.
And Uchimura, of course, such confident, such a purist gymnast, really. Just like the textbooks, you know, any coaching course would say that if you teach good gymnastics, it should be performed like Uchimura does. And you don't find many people who can produce textbook work, but he certainly can.
And a convincing win for Uchimura. 1.5 marks. I was just saying he wasn't used to being so close to the others, but that soon changed.
I think the thing is, he hasn't got a weak piece, really, has he? Whereas all the others, like I just said about Max, he made benefit of his good pieces and made sure that his not so good pieces would stand up. Well, Uchimura doesn't have one of those pieces he has to make sure just stands up. He's good on everything.
Absolutely. And to finish on such a strong piece. And the consistency goes with the difficulty for Uchimura as well. Which makes him just so entertaining to watch.
Just got a little dance group entertaining us before the medals come along.
So pleased for Max. Was a little bit disappointed in that first performance, and maybe was thinking a little bit tired. It's been a big year for the British team, European Championships, then the Commonwealth Games, and then quickly having to lift themselves back up. 3 major events in a year will take its toll, and so fair play to all the team, the staff. We talk about the support staff of the coaches, the physios, the doctors. This is a massive team effort, and so well done to everybody that's been involved back home as well.
Oh, that's right. The support from the English Institute of Sport, with nutritionists, dietitians, exercise physiologists, everything. There's a it's a really professional setup now, and absolutely, like you say, Craig, a real team effort has gone into this. But it was very difficult for all the gymnasts the British gymnasts coming off the back of the Commonwealth Games. There was such a lot of excitement surrounding it that to come and rage a level again for this has been tough.
Award ceremony for men's individual
Sure has.
女士们、先生们，
such a shame Niall had to withdraw through injury, but he must take some consolation the fact that from that he's paved way for our second ever all-around silver medal.
So it looks like we're having the top 6 gymnasts march out. Sorry, the top 8, which is always great to pay homage to more than just 3 of them.
I tell you, gymnasts impressed me from Brazil and from Colombia. Tonight really came out. 7th place for Saskia Junior and 10th for Marino.
8th place from Germany, Fabienne Handbuchen.
Fabienne Handbuchen in 8th, and he fought back really well. He was well down at one time.
His high ball really turned things around.
7th place from Brazil, Sergio Sasaki.
Great performance for the young Brazilian. Qualified way down and had the performance of his life tonight.
6th place from China.
Big row, the local lad.
Shows the difference between the team and the individual competition, doesn't it?
5th place representing Russian Federation, David Belyavsky.
And just a little thought of consolation, Belyavsky and Vernayev, they were so close, just faltered a little bit at the finish.
第4名获得者来自乌克兰的运动员。
4th place from
Vernayev
Oleg
did
Benir.
so well in this competition, came out fighting. Should be very proud to take the 4th place.
Third place and winner of the bronze medal from Japan, Yusuke Tanaka.
So Yusuke Tanaka, very famous gymnastic family, elder brother and sister who've been in the Japanese team. He makes the 3rd place, the all-around bronze medal.
Second place and winner of the silver medal from Great Britain, Max Whitlock.
And Max Whitlock from Great Britain performed fantastically to take the silver medal, only denied by Kohai Uchimura, who really, you have to say, is the most amazing gymnast any of us have ever seen.
First place and 2020 men's all-around final world champion from Japan, Kohei Uchimura.
And for the 5th time, world champion Kohai Uchimura. Is his mum taking a video? And he really is the most amazing champion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He is
gold
indeed.
medals are presented by
I think he's the gymnast champion of champions, such a favourite with his competitors.
The silver medal is presented by Vice President of Men's Technical Committee of International
Real
Gymnastics
modesty
Federation,
about
Mr.
his
Wang Li.
performance.
The
He
bronze
carries
medal is
himself.
presented by Mayor of Nanjing,
Just wonder which out of the 5 is his
为金
favourite
牌
medal.
运动员颁奖的嘉宾是
And let's not
国
forget
际
the
体
Olympic
联
one in
男子
between
体
of
操
that.
纪委会主席史蒂夫·布
I'm
特。
sure in my
为
lifetime
银牌
I've
运动
never
员
seen
颁奖的嘉宾是
more
国际体联男子体操纪委会副主席黄丽萍。
6 years of
为银
dominance
牌运动员
at the
颁奖的嘉
all-round
宾是
level. And
第
we've seen how
45届
tough the
世界体操
competition
锦
is
标赛
for
组委
years.
会执
These
行主
guys
任、
swap
南
between
宁市
second,
市长
third,
周洪
4th
波
the
先
way
生。
to 24th, but not Uchimura, #1 year after year after year. And you cannot put into words just how phenomenal that achievement is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Japan.
女士们、先生们，请起立，奏日本国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate all the medalists.
感谢颁奖嘉宾，让
Well,
我们向获
on
奖
yet
运动员表示
another
热
night
烈
of
祝
wonderful
贺。
gymnastics, Craig. We leave with a really great feeling here. Kohei Uchimura fought off the competition.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Max Whitlock performed like we know he can.
These top
And
8
Yusuke
gymnasts are also
Tanaka
qualified to take
held
part
on
in
in
the
there for the
FIT
third
All-Around
place.
World Cup
A really
Series.
special
This series
evening, and
consists
of course,
3 large
we have the
events
women's
where
all
the
around
top 8
tomorrow.
gymnasts of the World
We have
Championships
indeed.
from Nanning are invited.
Might be a different
The
story
series
tomorrow
will
evening. The
start
fight
at
for the
end of November
podium
2014
might be a little
in
closer,
Stuttgart,
but one thing
Germany,
is for
then
sure,
continue at the
we
beginning
are
of
going to have
December
another
2014 in
exciting
Glasgow,
night
Great
of
Britain,
gymnastics
and end with the
from
series
here in
finale
Nanning
at the beginning
in
of March
southern China.
2015 in
So
Dallas,
good night
United
from us
States of
both,
America.
and
It is our hope
make
that
sure you
the
tune in
FIG
tomorrow.
Gymnastics family will enjoy this World Cup series around the world.
"观众朋友们，明天将要进行的是女子全能的决赛，开始时间也是7点整，欢迎您届时再次来到广西省壮族自治区南宁市体育中心体育馆观看第45届世界体操锦标赛女子个人全能的比赛。